You think we're good to go?
Sounds like a winner.
Get ready to head to Starkville. Get ready to practice. Get ready to go down there and get those guys.
Just got to ask, flat start on Sunday.
Think?
Yeah, just a bit. I mean, with so much on the line, I mean, can you?
Well,
address
I'll
that a
give you.
little
Yeah, sure. I don't know how much camera y'all got or how much airtime you want to talk about it, but every year we're going to fall victim to a game like that where me making sure that we're very self-aware and we know right where we are at all times, we're going to cost ourselves a game. That only happens when you run into a team that is playing for more than you were, which in that case, based on us, they were. Cam and Florida had seen a path to not have to play on Wednesday. That had been a huge thing for them. Let's not play on Wednesday. That was their path to beat us because they got South Carolina tonight. I think they probably circled us a little as an easier opponent than that. Fair enough. I got no problem with that. So we ran into a team who had a lot to play for at a time when, because of growing up in the sports world and you learn how to set goals at a young age, goals get you. And that's why we don't have them. We don't have a goal to not play on Wednesday, to not get a double bye, to go to the NCAA tournament. We're all about standards and practicing to them and living up to them and traveling to them and preparing to them and having a great start to them. When we got to 9 wins, everybody around's patting them on the back. You're in the NCAA tournament. I'm saying it. I'm saying it to y'all. They're reading in the papers. They read it on social media. And because we're self-aware, the start of that game didn't mean as much to us as it did Florida. And it was very obvious. Now, after we got smacked in the face and we're down 19-5, it kind of got important and we played good. There's way more positives in that game than there were negatives, except for that start that you mentioned. When's the last time y'all remember Chelsea denying a pass and getting a steal? She did it twice. Okay, so there's a lot of it, but we did get off to a bad start. I take full responsibility for that. Our team's won 21 games and I've lost 6. There's no question in my mind. But that's a trade-off I'm willing to take every year in keeping our kids informed to try to stay away from letting being third place or fourth place be your goal. Just practice hard every day. Just show up to the training room every day. Just go to class every day. Just do all that stuff every day, and then you end up. Now, I will tell you, we spent 10 minutes, which is the longest I've talked to them in a long time, just like this, explaining to them what could have been. Because in life, we run out of chances of could have beens. We could have been playing for second place tonight. And you talk about, nobody would have had that as a goal. So, in all retrospect, we go down one spot in the RPI. We move up a seed line and all the projected. So it's not end all be all. Sure, would we like to have won? Could tonight being for, or tomorrow night being for second place, how massive would that have been? I want our kids fully aware of what could have been so that sting is there and it won't happen when they're going for a job interview some year. But slow start, a lot of good things, but nobody walked around here at all after we got back like it was anything other than losing a road game to a team now that's got 6 league wins. So, long answer to a very short question. Sorry, Paul. Does that about wrap it up for questions today? Sorry.
Does it hurt when Mississippi State loses at home the game before you play them, and does it matter?
We found out we were going through starting lineups. We had it over there. Mario's got it up on his deal. We're all watching, and my GAs are going, ah! We're like, what? And they're like, well, Alabama just won at the buzzer. So my kids see it. So, yeah, I mean, that hurts. But that's what it should do, because that should have got us fired up. No matter what the preparation was up until the point, that should have been hey, let's go. But instead, it was really, really flat. And it all goes back to how Florida played. If Florida would have come out flat too, blah, 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 we could have survived. But they didn't. It was senior day. I am regretting the decision to move. It was supposed to be a Monday game. Okay, that was supposed to be a Monday TV game. I'm friends with Cam. He's never had a home game in 4 years for his seniors on a Sunday. He said, can we move it? We moved it. They probably wouldn't have as good a crowd on Monday. So, again, I've cost us 6 games, full responsibility. The kids played their guts out for 32 and a half minutes, but that's not good enough in the SEC.
2 seeds off the table, but there still is that opportunity for that double bye.
No question. 2 seeds gone, that pathway's gone, but there's still tons and tons to play for. And I've said to the team, just like I'll say to y'all, everything we do now is playing for seeding of one shape or form. SEC seeding, NCAA seeding. So relax. We're going to get to see our name. We're all those things. But now improve those things. But those aren't goals play to the standards that y'all set. And if you do all those things, then those pass may happen.
You've ended some streaks this year. There's another opportunity tomorrow night to
Yeah.
maybe end that streak.
I wish they weren't coming off a loss. I really wish they weren't, because I know Vic well enough to know what those workouts looked like down there and how they've regrouped. Chance to end a streak. It's maybe the hardest one of the ones you're talking about. That's a really tough place. I'm sure they'll have a lot of cowbells and a lot of people cheering against us. So, but we've had chances and we've made the most of several of them. We'll see if we can get another one.
Obviously, they got a lot of size. I mean, they got some size and some athleticism. What do you see as the bigger challenges?
It's all lumped together. They've got obviously everything you look for in a team, and we're still using part of what they do as a blueprint. There's no question about it. And talking about, they went to the NCAA tournament in their third year there, so we're trying to draw all those parallels. Take a look around, look at all these things. They don't play as much size together as they used to, so there's not as much overall team size. Jessica Carter's having a great year. Rakia Jackson, a phenomenal freshman year, but pretty much everybody saw that coming after you saw the kid play for USA basketball. They've got a pro in Jordan Danbury. She should be playing pro basketball somewhere right now, making money doing it. But instead, we're going to have to place her again for. They've got freshmen. They've got a good balance. So it's the balance that scares me. If it was just one thing, maybe you could find a way to overcome that. But once you've solved that problem, then you're just walking into another problem. So it's kind of like one of those nets. You just keep fighting over. The harder you fight, what were those things called we used to put our fingers in? The little Chinese, is that what those are called? The finger traps? Yeah. The harder you try to pull yourself out. So I think that's kind of what you get with those guys. The more you work on trying to beat their pressure, now they're blocking shots. The more you try not to get a shot blocked, they're turning you over. So we'll have to play the best that we've played in a long time to end the streak that Jason's talking about. But, it's what we should be doing this time of year. This is every game we play from now on. We said that, LSU, it feels like a postseason tournament. All these teams, it's going to feel like the postseason, and it's good for us to get a couple of them. I hate that, it's got to be for third instead of second, potentially, but it's still an awful lot to play for these kids.